Hi there everyone, welcome to the YouTube video as a bus drives through the tail of my aircraft. Today we are here at Frankfurt. I'm going to be flying this 747-800 all the way down to Sao Paulo. It's about a 12-hour flight, so let's get right into getting the aircraft set up. Obviously the video ain't going to be 12 hours long because I'm going to work and I've not got the storage space for a 12-hour video, but we can think about getting ready. So we need to start aligning our ADIRUs. Well, IRS is on this aircraft. 1 gram power at the moment, which is fine. I'm going to quickly check my weight and balance compared to my sim brief. So we've got a block fuel of 121 tons. I believe this is our weight and balance sheet. So I wish it gave me like a total weight of my fuel. Oh, it does. 152, so I can take 30 tons of fuel out of the aircraft. Negative, I can't. What is our takeoff fuel? Sorry about this, guys. So what I want to do is I want to take 130 tons on this sheet here. So I need to take 19 tons of fuel out of the aircraft. Should mean about 71% fuel in the tank. So that gives us quite a bit of extra fuel, but it just means that if we have any issues on the way down there, we can deal with it. So I mean, I'm a bit chunky than that. I'm about the maximum number I choose to admit to myself that I am, which is about that. And they've got a random loading for the rest of the jet. Cool. So we'll close that. That's us now sort of prepped. So this is the Salty Simulations 7478. I thought we'd give it a whirl and get going. So we are at EDDF, but to be honest, that just gives me a vague number for the airfield, and I can see my GPS position, which gives me the up-to-date position. So I can pop that in there, and that'll then help this align when it's done aligning in a few minutes. We're doing for to SBGR. Take a flight number 840, why not? Now I just always wonder what this does, or does it do anything on this aircraft, I wonder, basically. Does it actually, if it's actually going to generate, no, there's no, oh no, it says no pilot ID, got it. So it appears that in order to type, I need to be tabbed in, which I guess is fair enough. So we are going to depart. Runway 25 left on an Anek 1 Fox to a place called Aneki. After Aneki, it's waypoint Yankee 163. So our Yankee 163, and that is going to be all the way to Herbie. After Yankee 163, it's Yankee 164 to Albany. And that's to, like we said, Albany. After that, it's November 869. Interesting. We'll make it direct Nemos then, I guess. Obviously, you wouldn't do this IRL. Oh, because I'm not put a... Yeah. I was being an idiot and not paying attention to the world around me. Then it's direct Nin2. After that, UN 869 to Repsy. After that is Lurga direct. After that, direct Minso. This is obviously a fairly complicated route actually, because we're not even halfway there yet. No Minso, not Minsu. And then I can delete the direct Minsu. And then we're going to go direct Narak. I can't type at all today, can I? I do find these tooltip pop-ups really irritating. Right. AGN. So it'll be the AGN VOR. So we've only gone 7 degrees south in the route we've input so far, which is absolutely crazy. To give you a bit of an idea, we are currently over southern France in terms of route inputs, which is not depressing in the slightest. Macab, and it's directively. After Tivoli, it's a November 8, UN 869. Which I swear I've input this airway already. Please, thank you. UN 869 to Tsar. Which is Zaragoza. I'll check that they're a lot long for that one because I'm not too sure. I don't want to put the wrong one in. Zaragoza, November 41 North. Which is that one there. After this, it's... I keep losing my page, I have to scroll. Uniform Zulu 274 to CGN. Uniform Zulu 245, sorry. To Charlie Juliet November. So the aircraft would actually be clever enough to filter that I've put a waypoint in here, so it'll be about 40 north. Guadalajara, so it's CGN is just across from Madrid basically. So what I would do is I'll put this one in, 40 north. I mean, they're literally on the same airfield, but the VOR will be more detectable to us. After CGN, it's UN 10 to SVL. Hello? That's to Sierra Victor Lima. That's Seville. So it'll be 4 degrees further south, it'll be that one there. Then it's UN 857 to Corno. Yep, after Corno, it's a Bolu. After Bolu, it's Ermed. After Ermed, it's Turto. Should be 30 north. After that, it's Limel. After that, it's UN 873. And that'll take us down to NTL. So we're south of the equator. I'm going to have to check these through because the directives here are not great. After that, it's Uniform Zulu 14 to Moxod. After that, Zulu 30 to Remig. After that, UZ29 to Obvuk. We're nearly there, folks. That's to Obvuk. OPVUK. And after that, it's the last airway is UZ21 to Vanox. And we take the SID from the star from there, sorry. It's going to be a night landing, my first night landing in the game actually, isn't it really? It's to Vanox. There we go. So what I'll do is, because that added a load of stuff in extra, I am actually going to step through that route in full. Basically, all I'm doing is I'm going to zoom out to a little bit of a distance, and I'm looking to make sure there's no major deviations from path. So basically, as long as there's no like really obtuse angles. Which it doesn't look like there is. Yep, perfect. So that is the route step 3. So put us back to map mode. So our ADIIU has since aligned, which is good. So what I'll do is I'm now going to start our APU up. And that's just going to be because, like I say, basically we are going to be pushing out very soon. So we'll pretend everyone's been boarding whilst we've been doing this. We'll turn all our fuel pumps on that we need to have on. That gives the, you can see now, basically we've opened up access to all the every engine has its own tank to feed from. And at some point in the flight I'll have to open up the cross feeds, but that'll be, you know, a fairly simple exercise. So anyway, what we're now going to do is do our perfect performance initialization. So the aircraft knows our fuel and weights. So we've got a 12-ton unburnable reserve. Cruise altitude is flight level 330 with a cost index of 200, which is a nice sort of middle of the road one. Thrust limitations on takeoff. I'm not going to do a derate because we are really heavy today. I just don't feel like that's the best in our best interests, as they say. We'll use flaps 15. Wait, what are our flaps options on this aircraft? Flaps 10. Might be. I got confused between a 7, 6, 7. Coming soon to the channel. There we go. There we go. We'll just input that from an imaginary chart that we definitely have access to. So yes, there we go. So V2 is 182 knots. So that means our climb away speed is going to be 197. Runway, our initial heading after takeoff correction is heading 247 degrees. So we'll scroll that into the box. We need to go that way, don't we? Because that's going to be the great thing about today's flight. When I take off in the autumn, we're going to land in the spring. You know, we're going to change hemispheres. The North Star is going to disappear. And we're going to be able to well, we're not initialized. I've not initialized something. So thrust limitations. Take off. That's all right, activated. So that is set up for departure. Cool. What I'll do is I will disable the stab tanks, but I'm actually going to enable. Oh no, the cross feed's already enabled. Perfect. So that way the aircraft, when it wants to, will start sucking fuel from all tanks, basically. Which is perfect. Okay, so now that we've started up, we're going to reach down and I'm going to do some AC malarkeying. So, we're going to do what we need to do. We've got APU bleed already on. Perfect. So what we'll do is we're going to start engines 2 and engine 3. We'll just check this area here. That's all my fuel dumping stuff in it. So actually, no, we're not going to start the engines. We're going to stop that startup cycle, and I'm going to release the air bridge because I realised that's connected. So I thought I'd released that already. My bad. Request jetway disconnection.
Frankfurt ground in 32F840. Could you please disconnect the jetway from the aircraft?
So we are starting to get N2 turnover. So what I'll do is I'll just put fuel on, which is now auto starting those two engines for us. Perks of driving a 747, we've got the AC capacity to do that. You can see the jet which moves away. I did start those engines a smidge early.
Frankfurt ground in 32F840, requesting the end of pushback.
N32F840, request to end pushback received.
Okay, I'm just going to shift P because I need to push back. There you go, so he's going to get connected up now. I'm just going to get pushed straight out. I do apologise for this stand, but it's impossible for me to find a realistic one for Frankfurt, so there you have it, I guess. So, those engines are turning over. I think it's because I've not disabled the packs manually. I thought it did it automatically on this aircraft. I do apologise for that. No, so they're not disableable. Yeah, none of this is workable. I'm just going to look up at this and try and... No, I need to get a slightly different eye point. I'm hopelessly trying to remember the overhead panel of a 747 and I just can't. It's just not happening, folks. Just not happening. So I'll do pilot instruments. Instruments 1. There we go. So, engine start, engine start. Okay, so... that seems to be starting up now. For some reason, so I'm used to flying the 400 series, and that has a manual selector up here that you select. So I'm going to set my beacon light to both, nav lights to on. It's all we really need, and I need to go outside and check where the pushbacks put us. Haven't done anything at all. And we go toe brakes release now. There we go, that's 2 good starts. So what we'll do is we'll start engines 1 and 4 now. And then what I'll do is finish that off by doing that. And I'll turn my engine bleed on for those 2 engines, so that will happen after departure. But basically there'll be enough pressure there now to start us up, no problems. Okay, so can we push back please? I'm not going to get in that AI's way. I don't even care, to be honest. I'm literally going to get pushed just so we'll send the gears over the taxiway line and go from there. So no, it'll not understand I won't be pushed onto the thing. We'll just taxi around the block. Right next to the fire station, I think is what that'll be, so we're in a good place. It should definitely be like freaking out like get lag protection for those fuel tanks. I'm just gonna say that much. There we go. So now that we're pushed out, we'll flick on our turn-offs, taxis, window heat goes on. That's my screen washers, I don't care about those. Airframe anti-ice I don't need, engine anti-ice I don't need. Everything else must be self-handled. My hydraulics are on, which is perfect. So what we'll do is give him a couple of seconds. We're rolling forward apparently. So we'll just capitalise on that and start our turn. Probably clipped a wing, but it's the joys of a sim. When you don't have damage simulation turned on, you can complete a flight no issues. Okay. There we go, so we've got the aircraft straight ahead now. Bit of power just to get some speed going. Do want to be mindful that I'm quite high off the ground, so my perception speed will be different to normal. Flight directors are on, and we'll just say we'll clear at 10,000. So I am using FLAI, it's completely free of charge, but I actually think it's not perfect, but I think it is pretty good looking. And we are at Frankfurt, so you get some weird and wonderful airlines here anyway. So I'll do my LNAV, VNAV armed. May regret that. VNAV. Nope, it's not actually messed with my throttles. Good. We'll just advance the throttle slightly. We're just going to taxi down this way. Yeah, we actually won the runway that's miles away, so... Again, I'm pretending we've got clearance to do these manoeuvres. Obviously you would normally have that, but clear that way. Clear that way. 25 left is down this way. I mean, to be honest, if you're taxiing across in front of someone, they'll notice. So auto brakes to RTO. Let's just take a moment to appreciate a 747 taxi. So the last 747 nearly left the production line, actually. Which I thought, of course, was incredibly sad. I did accept my air brake slightly during the pre-flight phase. If you need to grab a screenshot, I need to wait for that top thing to disappear. Screenshot grabbed. That's 25 left here. So I'm just going to swing the nose about. There we go. And then I want to go flat 10. How good are we? Missing our taxiway but not having to off-road at all. You can see the city of Frankfurt over there in the distance. That was part of one of the world updates. See, we're not going to go fly over it, unfortunately, but still, it's over there. You can see it. It's quite a nice It's quite a nice like little thing just to see over in the distance, the city skyscrapers and stuff. So we're going to enter from the end because we are big. Got our flaps to position 10. All our landing lights can come on now. We're just going to prep the aircraft as though we're entering the runway because single pilot operations do make things a little bit more challenging. And I mean, I always tend to abbreviate some stuff. My transponder can go to TARA tilt above, sorry. I'm not. Don't know where I got that from actually. Oops. So can I not enter here? Apparently not, but I can't enter over those, so I'm entering from here regardless. Yeah, see, like there's a Southwest 737 here at Frankfurt, which obviously wouldn't be here IRL, but hey, we can live with that. Okay, so increase my range now on the range scope, just so that I can see my initial departure path. Yeah, like you wouldn't see Southwest out here unless they got really badly lost. Eurowings, totally. Some white 737s, probably. But, yeah. Well, we're on our runway. Uh-oh. Bucking it. Okay, so we'll do a rolling takeoff. We've got clearance from the cabin. There you go, toga. Can't press the toga buttons, but we'll just pretend I have. 80 knots, cross-check. V1, continue takeoff. Rotate. Positive rate of climb. Hello.
32F840, you are not cleared to take off.
SARS. Okay, we'll fly the LNAV track. So I'll take flap 5, please. Lower the nose slightly. You know, I took off in the wind. Wow, this is pretty cool, actually. So I'm going to throw the AP on. Purely for this. Wow. Don't know what all those blue lights are, or lines are, but this feels really good. What do I mean when I say it feels really good? You know, you can go on Bing Maps, because obviously they used Bing because law Microsoft, but you can go on Bing Maps and you'll be able to see that, yes, there's a house where my mouse cursor is, because I can see one there now, right? But you can do satellite imagery, but get the colour wrong. because the way satellites take pictures, they're not perfect. It's all that kind of jazz. All mixed into one, and it causes issues, right? Whereas I'm looking at this now, going, wow, this really looks the part, and the colours are absolutely spot on for this part of the world. Like those dark huey greens, I really like. Not sure what that white line there is, if that's a bit of smoke or fog or something. But yeah, that is absolutely great. That is wow. I wonder where that is on my right hand side. Let's have a look at the VFR map. Left hand side, sorry. Oh, it's not going to give me a place name. That's a shame. But yeah, that's because I've driven quite a few of the train routes through this place. That's all. And I was like, I've actually driven from Karlsruhe into Frankfurt. I think that's actually in this direction. So we're approaching 10,000. Do we have any restrictions? No, we don't. So we'll just circle it straight up to 330 and climb up there. Anyway, guys, I am going to end the video there. Oops. I hadn't armed the auto throttle for that. That's why that was being spectacular. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. And we'll see you guys as we get a little closer. Just how Paulo. See you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.